Philip Wegmann, commentary writer for the Washington Examiner, joins us now today on the House floor. Philip, we heard from Republican Representative Glenn Thompson from Pennsylvania, and he's saying what a lot of people are saying, calling for replacing the attacks of hateful personal politics and resistance with respect. Yet you write there is really only one response to this tragedy.
Well, I think something miraculous actually happened right after the attack. It was across town at a different diamond. Democrats actually huddled in a concrete dugout, and they turned that into an impromptu sanctuary, and they prayed for Republicans.
We have that tweet. One of the representatives there tweeted that out. It was Representative Kewen, I think,
That's right.
of Nevada, and he tweeted that very powerful moment.
Well, what does that say about where we are in our society right now, where the fact that Democrats are actually praying for Republicans is newsworthy? This is a
Yeah,
good
that's
thing.
very true.
It's a beautiful thing, but it really is telling the fact that partisanship has gotten to such a point that this is the best that we can do. I think that we all need to unite in prayer, and I think that we need to recognize that this really shouldn't be a one-day response.
Well, you know, the blame game is so popular here in Washington, and I think we're seeing some of that on Capitol Hill as well. We saw that Democrat Nancy Pelosi, the Democratic House Minority Leader, said that it's outrageous that Republicans are blaming vitriolic political rhetoric from the left on all of this. And then, you know, Republicans aren't necessarily clear either, or innocent either. So will this change?
Well, it's hard not to be cynical, because yesterday we saw them, we saw Speaker Ryan and Minority Leader Pelosi go back to back on the House floor and give their condolences to Scalise and have this moment where they called for unity. But 24 hours later, you see both Republicans and Democrats trying to score political points. So I think that we're going to have tonight's baseball game. We're going to have that moment. But Washington is not going to change because of one tragedy.
It's the same thing we see when there's a tragic shooting, right?
Absolutely.
Everybody starts calling for gun control, then somebody says no, and nothing changes.
Right.
The culture of the country does not change. So in your opinion, let's talk media coverage. Is media coverage of politics to blame for any of this while we're trying to assign blame?
Well, there's more than enough blame to go around, whether you're looking at partisans or pundits. I think that the New York Times did themselves and their readers a particularly bad disservice when in their editorial today, they actually drug up a piece of fake news from 2011, and they blamed the shooting of Representative Gabby Giffords on a fundraising letter of then Alaska Governor. So the idea that they are somehow rising above the partisan fray is just not true. Everyone is looking for clicks. Everyone is trying to advance their own narrative.
And their own agenda as well.
That's absolutely right.
We're going to have to leave it there. Philip Wegmann, commentary writer for the Washington Examiner. Thanks so much for joining us.